This is the first audio reading from my book, Pragna Tokens of Guidance. Before we begin, I want to share a little of how Pragna came to be. Pragna was born from a conversation with my husband about the nature of intuition, how to discern the quiet certainty of inner guidance from the tug of wishful thinking. I was taught to recognize intuition as a steady, persistent feeling in the gut, a knowing that does not fade until it is acknowledged. He admitted, I struggle to tell the difference between my intuition and my own thoughts. Truthfully, so do I. And yet, I've noticed that one voice tends to carry a clear strength that sets it apart. Our conversation ended without a neat answer. When it comes to intuition, there is rarely a single right or wrong. The very next day, I encountered a podcast featuring an intuitive channeler, someone who connects with subtle energies and higher guidance, translating those impressions into messages of clarity and insight. Over time, this channeler had chosen to unify the many voices of their guides into one collective presence, easing the confusion of wondering who was speaking at any given moment. I found the idea brilliant and chose to do the same, gathering my own guides into a unified voice. After thoughtful research and reflection, I gave this voice a name, Pragna, the insighted one. Pragna is more than a name. It is a framework for inner growth. Each letter marks a guiding pillar: perception, reflection, awareness, guidance, nurture, and alignment. Several of my books, Beacons, Acrostic Soul, and Beloved Within, were written through the voice of Pragna. While my novels also carry that influence, the prose-styled work spoke louder and clearer to me, flowing with far greater ease. As both witch and author, I wanted to honor this evolution by revealing the guiding voice behind my words and allowing it to shine by sharing its name. This book emerges from my sessions with Pragna. It carries the collective wisdom of my guides and marks a personal milestone. The first book I have written as Lila, the identity I have carefully shaped through a healing journey that brought me here. My hope is that the pages ahead bring you comfort, joy, hope, and peace, even in moments when those feelings seem hardest to find. And now onto the reading, performed by my husband, Chris.
This is stillness. Pause. Your clarity grows in silence. Stillness is not the absence of life, but the place where life reveals its truest form. In the spaces where movement stops and sound fades, a deeper rhythm emerges, one that cannot be heard above the noise of the constant doing. To pause is not to abandon purpose. It is to create room for purpose to breathe. When you allow silence to envelop you, the fragments of thought that once scattered in 1,000 directions begin to settle. What felt tangled slowly unravels, and what seemed hidden comes into view. The world insists that progress is measured by momentum, but clarity often grows in the opposite, soil nurtured not by rushing forward, but by rooting inward. It is in this hush of stillness that decisions align with truth, that wounds begin to heal, and that creativity stirs awake. The pause is not a void. It is a sanctuary. In it, you rediscover that your own presence is enough, and that silence, far from being empty, is full of answers waiting to be heard.